Hey everyone, welcome to this week's LinkedIn Live. I'm David Hill. I'm a global technologist here at Product Strategy in Veeam, and I'm joined by my friend and colleague Dimitri. Say hello, Dimitri.
Hello, I usually go by DK just to make everyone's life a little bit easier. How are you
Yeah,
doing?
I'm good. I was trying to use your posh name. This is what we call our Sunday best name over in England and America. So, excited to be here today to talk to you guys about this. We're here to talk about the Google Cloud Platform and Veeam's new announcement where we just launched Veeam Backup for Google Cloud Platform. So, really exciting time for Veeam at the moment. We've had a phenomenal year in 2020. Although the world kind of has been in utter chaos for the whole of 2020, it's been Veeam's most successful year from a launch perspective with the products that we've been rolling out. So really great, fun, exciting times here at Veeam. And we're kind of going to just talk through some of the cool stuff that's included in Veeam Backup for Google Cloud Platform. DK is going to show you a really cool demo for 10-15 minutes and walk you through that and let you have a look at it. So feel free to ask any questions. We'll answer those as best we can. And we also have a great feature on these LinkedIn Lives where we bring up a map to show where people are joining from. So please let us know where you're watching from. You can see here that obviously DK's over in that little part there, that little tiny green bit on the right-hand side in Russia. I'm in Texas. Please don't let my accent fool you. I am originally from England, but here I am over in sunny Texas.
So you're covering just one state, and I'm covering like the whole country. I like that.
Yeah, pretty much. I think the guy who draws the maps, geography is not great in Russia, so he might not know where to drop the pin. So
I'm okay with that.
Texas is easy. It's pretty. So please let us know where you're watching from. We'll go and check back on that map every now and then, see where people are coming in from. And we want to try and make this interactive. So please post some comments and let us know. But let's talk about Veeam Backup for Google Cloud Platform. I keep saying project because I've got projects on my mind with Google, and obviously everything that Google does is with projects, but it's the Google Cloud Platform. So if we can bring up a slide. As of Wednesday this week, we made generally available the Veeam Backup for Google Cloud Platform. It's available in the Google Cloud Marketplace. So you can go and you can just search for that and you can deploy the appliance. We have a few ways that you can license it. We do a free edition, up to 10 licenses for free, so you can back up 10 instances. And then we have our Veeam Universal License, bring your own license style as well, deployment. So when we're looking at Veeam Backup for Google Cloud Platform, 4 key areas stand out of what we can do. It provides you with a reliable backup and recovery of your Google virtual machines. This is our version 1 product. So we provide you with very secure and simple way to go and back up those virtual machines and offload those out to Google Object Storage. Some of the key benefits is it helps you reduce costs. So it actually has like a built-in cost estimator. And this actually helps you understand what it's going to cost to deploy your backups policies in that actual environment. So you know that if you've got a tiny VM running, you maybe don't want to create a backup policy that goes and costs you like $1,000 a month to go and protect it. And then, of course, we've got like data portability. Anyone who's been listening to us talk about Veeam over the past year, we know we're all about cloud mobility and data portability. So, DK, quick question for you, and I'll put you on the spot a little bit. What would you say some of your favorite parts of like cloud mobility and data portability, and why is it so great?
I like that if you take any backup product, that backup that it is creating can be transferred to any workload. For example, you can take your virtual machine and restore it to a physical server, or restore it to VMware, or restore it to any cloud. And you can mix and match, and you are not actually locked to any vendor. And in case of disaster, if your, I don't know, like laptop is dead or something, you can actually take the backup of it and restore it to Hyper-V, for example, or you can actually restore your servers to the cloud and migrate them to the cloud this way.
Yeah, that's really cool. So we can literally take any backup of any like platform that Veeam supports and go and restore it to any other platform. That's pretty much it, isn't it? Yeah, so I think that's always my favorite feature of Veeam as well. So we're here obviously talking about Google Cloud Platform, but you know, there are other cloud vendors out there. Dimitri just mentioned, and I should say DK rather than Dimitri, about how you can literally take those backups. So with there being other cloud providers as well, you can take like your vSphere VMs and go and restore them out to like AWS or Microsoft Azure as well, or things like that. So what Veeam's doing is essentially building out a solution that helps you deploy a cloud data management platform. So it's not just about the backups of vSphere or the backups of Google. It's how can I manage all my data? Because what we're finding now is in this kind of multi-cloud, hyper cloud world that we're living in, and this hybrid cloud world, people have their data in different locations, and being able to manage all that is becoming very complex. And that's where Veeam is essentially coming in, is to help manage all that data. So I'm going to pause. I want to bring up that map again and see if we can figure out where people are coming in from. So let's bring the map up again. Oh, look at that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we've got a few people here in UK, Africa, down in France, yeah, all over the place, Italy. I'm going to test my geography here, Germany and Northern Ireland, lots of other places. So that's really good to see. So Mexico, Malaysia, Morocco, just look at my geography skills, Hong Kong, Netherlands, Montenegro, Argentina, Brazil, Sierra Leone, and Bulgaria. So we've got a lot of people watching today from all over the world. So this is phenomenal. So keep telling us where you're watching from and let us know where you're coming in. So we're going to hand over to DK now. Let him run through a demo of the Google Cloud Platform and Veeam Backup for Google Cloud, and then we'll come back and we'll see if we can answer some of your questions.
Okay, actually, before I dive into the demo, I want to ask you a question since you asked me a question. So
Sure.
You've been mentioning that we can juggle all these backups between different vendors and between different systems, and you can do it with Veeam Backup and Replication. And if people on this call actually heard about this company, you know that this is our flagship product. So I wanted to ask you a tricky question. Do you actually need to buy and deploy Veeam Backup and Replication to use this backup for Google Cloud Platform?
That's a great question, actually. So no, you don't. The great thing about the way that Veeam works now is obviously everyone's heard about Veeam Backup and Replication now and how that can protect all your on-premises workloads and tie in with a lot of the cloud products. But the way that Veeam design these products now is they can also be standalone. So if you're a customer who, we kind of coined the phrase born in the cloud, maybe you've never had an on-premises data center before, you can just go to that Google marketplace and deploy Veeam Backup for Google Cloud Platform and protect all your virtual machines. You don't need to worry about Veeam Backup and Replication. Do I have any on-prem storage to store my backups? You can just do it all in the Google Cloud. So yeah, no, it's a standalone product, or it can tie into that cloud data management product. So great question there, DK. Okay,
now we can dive into the demo. So I decided for this demo to start from the beginning, like where can you find it? You can obviously go to the marketplace. All you have to do is search for Veeam, click enter, and this is the solution that you're looking for. So the deployment is super easy. You just click the launch button and you do some initial settings, configuration. You hit deploy, and it will create a VM that is 2 CPU, 7.5 gig by default. You can obviously change it if you want. And it will take like 30 seconds to do the whole thing. So just not to waste time on this right now, I actually have a fresh install that I did like 10 minutes before this webinar. So this is the screen that you'll see when you have deployed it. This is the address that you can go to access that machine. Okay, there we go. So it's a new install. I've done some initial settings, just like create a username, a password, and a few other settings, but we haven't added anything yet to this configuration so far. So how do you set it up? So this wizard actually is eating my bread, and it's explaining everything you have to do this. So you have to add the project. I've done it by default on the first step. Then we have to do, what we have to do is to add some workers. These are temporary machines that will process all the data during the backup job. They will be deployed automatically. They will do the thing, and they will be removed afterwards, not to eat your money. Then you add your repositories, which is a bucket where all the backups will be stored to. And after you have configured those, you can finally set up a policy. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So let's start with number 2, add worker configuration. Just click the add button, and you can see it's just a 3-step wizard, one of which is summary, so basically 2. Super easy. You select the region. For me, it's Europe North 1, Finland, which is like 3-hour drive from my place. Availability zone, network settings. I'm just selecting my network settings. I click next. Everything will check. And that's how you add your settings for those VMs, nothing else. It's all done. So let me go to here. We have lost this to-do flag, so let's go to the next step. Add repositories. I'll just, oh, come on. Where are my letters? I'll just create some test repository. You can add your own access keys, or you can generate new ones. I will generate new ones. I will choose the bucket that I have, and I'll probably do the Veeam demo folder. So this will create this folder called Veeam demo in my bucket. And when I create backup policy, this is exactly where all my backups will be stored. Okay. Come on. Okay, there we go.
Good to have live demos.
Yeah, I've actually done it a couple times today, so I'm kind of aware how much time everything's going to take, but you never know. As an extra layer of security, you can enable encryption. I'll just skip it for now. And that's pretty much it. So that's all the settings that you have to set up before. If I go to my configuration, okay, this should have been gone by now, but we have actually done it already. So what we have to do now is actually exit configuration. And what we can do is we can actually create our policy now. So a policy is created by hitting this plus sign. I'm going to call it a demo. Very original name. Okay, so here's one very important thing. I don't know about you, David, but my least favorite part of dealing with the cloud or any sophisticated computer technology is dealing with permissions. I always stumble upon something not having enough permissions and getting conflicts and all this. So in Veeam Backup for Google Cloud Platform, you will find this check permission button everywhere. And if something goes wrong and you don't understand what's going on, you can always click it. And you will see a whole list of permissions that you have to do. And if something is not checked, you will get a button that will create a special script that looks like this, that you just paste into GCP command line, and it will check all of those permissions for you. So you can do it manually if you want. You can open the user guide. You will see all the permissions that you need to have, all the APIs that you have to enable. But if you don't want to do this, you just do it via this script. Very easy. So I have checked that everything is green. And now I can select the regions where my workloads reside. So for me, it is Europe North 1. I'm adding it, and I'm selecting this region. Now I can select those virtual machines that I want to protect. I can protect everything if I want, or I can select specific machines. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I will select resources. And these are my instances that I can protect. So I will choose these two for this example. I hit apply, and I have added those instances to this policy. Now there is this setting that will allow you to read the labels from the disks of those VMs or assign new ones. So I want to copy them. And I actually, just as an example, can add, I don't know, like Linux key to it. Just for the future reference, if I want to find all the Linux ones, it will be very easy to do. And then you can enable backup. So by default, Veeam Backup for Google Cloud Platform will create snapshots of your machines, and also you can do the backups. Actually, David, why don't you tell us the difference? Why do you need backups when you actually have snapshots?
Give me the good old difficult questions. The thing to remember as well is typically snapshots aren't actual backups, but they can also be used. Well, let me rephrase that. A snapshot is not the backup. Okay, a snapshot is a temporary point in time of a particular backup. Now, the reason why we use backups as well is think about how you can actually take those off-site. So a snapshot can be very easily deleted. You can go into Google Cloud Platform, just delete those snapshots. If you then offload those out to your object storage repository, then you can also use them for longer term data retention. Snapshots are very expensive, so if you keep lots of them lying around, then your bills are going to get high, whereas storing your data in object storage lowers that cost. And essentially, from a compliance perspective as well, it allows you to build out multiple copies of your data. So if, for example, as I mentioned, those snapshots get deleted, you can then go to your backups in an offsite object storage repository and restore from there as well. So you're having multiple copies of your data. Because think about the backup best practice rule of 3-2-1. 3 copies of your data with 2 different media types with at least 1 offsite. And we're trying to meet those best practice requirements by doing this.
Right. So this is compliance, data portability, and actually saving some costs, because when you do backups, you do this initial full backup, which takes a lot of space, and then you create small incrementals that have only changed data blocks instead of piling up snapshots like you mentioned. So we will enable backups for this policy, and we will actually assign this repository that I have just created. So the schedule is a little different from your standard Veeam backup replication window. I will just click through a few just to show how it looks like. So daily retention looks like this. So it's not a backup window. It's actually the backups. Like I want to have backup at 6 a.m., at noon, and at 4. Not backup, but snapshot. And also at 4 p.m., I want to have a backup. So these are 3 snapshots per day plus 1 backup. That's your daily retention. And also I maybe want, let's say, weekly retention. So I want to have my Friday backup. And then also for maybe compliance reasons, you want to have longer ones, you can obviously do that as well. And then there is something that David mentioned is cost estimation. Of course, this is very small deployment, so it's not very huge numbers, but actually you can see the estimated cost and a breakdown for each machine, and you will be able to predict how much these backups will cost you to make, to transfer, to store, and so on. So mighty 83 cents. And you can also assign the number of retries if something fails. So that's pretty much it. That's how you create a backup policy. I've done it on the fresh installation, and I think it took me about 10 minutes from start to finish. So it has never been executed. You can wait for the actual time of the backup to start one, or you can actually start it manually. I won't do it right now, but I actually have a machine that has already done everything. So this is what it will look like when you have performed it.
So this just took you 10 minutes to deploy from the Google Cloud Marketplace and then to get a backup policy configured?
Yeah, actually add about 2 minutes for initial configuration. So it will be like 12 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, that just shows the simplicity of what Veeam do. And I know someone on the comments as well commented about simplicity is the primary selling point of Veeam. And they say, greetings from Bangalore in India. Mm-hmm. So you've just showed there, DK, how simple it really is. You know, go to the marketplace, deploy, quick configuration, and off you go. You're backing up your instances in Google Cloud. So great. Go on. Sorry, I'll stop interrupting your demo now.
So backup is fine and cool, but actually the best part of it is being able to restore your data. So let's see how you can do that. So you go to this tab. This is your protected data where you can see everything that has been protected, my 2 instances. And you have 3 options to restore. So I'm going to click this one. You can have an instance restore. So this is kind of similar with backup replication. You can restore this machine to, let me just quickly jump through the wizard. I have chosen the most recent restore point. You can see you can choose from the backup as well as from snapshot. You select the project, you can restore it to another one if you want. Again, check permissions, everything checks. And this is what I wanted to emphasize. You can restore to the new location or you can restore to the original location. So 2 options there. Then you go through the rest of the settings. It's pretty straightforward. That's one option. The next one is, again, similar to backup replication, is your disk restore. So if you don't want to restore the entire machine, you can restore the disk in a similar fashion. And one that is very interesting is file level recovery. So it's, I don't know, it's probably my favorite restore scenario here because you can actually get some individual files back from the cloud to your machine. So it usually takes a few minutes, so not to waste time. I have actually done it right before this demo. So if you click file level recovery, you will get this window. It will mount this backup and will give you the address. So if you click that address, you will get this Explorer window where you can actually go through the folders and find individual files that you might have missed or they got deleted or encrypted or whatever. Like if you just want to find this one document that you have been working on, this is where you can do it. Like, okay, this file is exactly the file I'm looking for. So you can click download and it will be downloaded to your machine. Like, yeah, I want to keep it. This is my file from that machine, from the cloud, right on my desktop. Maybe you've been working on that Excel spreadsheet and you messed it up, or you somehow deleted it, or your computer crashed, or whatever. there it is.
That's phenomenal. Wow, what a demo. So I'm really impressed with what you showed us there, DK, on how quick and easy it was to deploy, how easy it was to set up the backups, and also just to recover those backups as well. You know, a backup product's only as good as the ability to restore. You know, it's no good if you can take a backup and not recover. So thanks for showing us all those different recovery types. We have a few minutes left, so why don't we go to the map again and see where everybody's coming in from? Our producer's trying. There it is. So we
got Australia.
Yeah, we're really popular today. So, you know, Mexico, Malaysia, Dubai, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Netherlands, Argentina, Bulgaria, Kenya, Pakistan, Morocco. We're very popular today, DK. So great that you're all coming on. Great that you're all letting us know where you're all from. And that's about 25 different countries that people are watching from today. So that's phenomenal. As we kind of close out this and finish up, the great thing about Veeam Backup for Google Cloud Platform and also all the other supported cloud providers is you can just go get started. Everything that Veeam does is we offer a free edition, whether it's the community edition for Veeam Backup and Replication on-prem, whether it's Veeam Backup for AWS, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud
Actually,
Platform.
this demo was done with the free edition of Veeam Backup for Google Cloud Platform using free trial of that Google Cloud Platform. So I paid $0 for everything that you've seen today.
That's perfect. So go check it out, have a look. It's up to 10 instances for free, and you can do it all from the marketplace. And then we kind of just want to let you know, on Monday, we'll be having a show with Jason Buffington and Dave Russell. They're going to talk about how disaster recovery in the cloud can come together. And that's going to be at 12 p.m. Eastern time. And then we're also going to have on February the 24th, a really exciting day, is the V11 launch of Veeam Backup Application. So brand new features, all new version, all coming out with lots of exciting stuff to talk about. And that's going to be on February the 24th. So go to go.veeam.com/V11. You can see at the bottom there, click the links in the comments and just go sign up for that and register for that launch event. It's going to be a great day. Lots of exciting stuff happening at Veeam. And just thank you so much for coming and watching.
Thank you, guys.